What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Chop Sports Daily, coming to you live from the Flipping Made Easy studio right here in snowy Matawan, New Jersey. We all made the trip. We all made the trucking along. My Silverado just, it did its work. It did its job. I got down here. Chris lives like 4 seconds away, so he got in here. Dina, how long? A couple minutes? 25 minutes. So she made her trip. And, of course, we welcome back the man, the myth, the legend himself, the sauce. Kyle Kirms is in the building today. It is a lean Friday.
I'm back.
And Chris is back as well. Sturch and Gooch are here. Lots to go over today, but we got to start with last night's heroics. Before we get into that, I do want to bring up a way you could support Chop Sports. So if you're watching this right now, you probably got the link sent to you by Kyle, and he waved his wand, and he said, everybody come on in and tune in to this wonderful show we have here every single day. Kyle's usually here on Fridays during the NFL season to give his NFL leans, and he's going to give out 2 picks at the end of the day today. One pick at the end of the day today. All right, so it's a really good pick.
But I have some NFL picks too. So.
All right, we're in it. But first and foremost, patreon.com/Chop Sports. So if you want to support Chop Sports, do that by doing the old Patreon route. $3 gives you a little general support for us, gets us moving in the right direction in 2022. More importantly, to be honest with you, subscribe to this YouTube channel. So if you're watching this right now, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We need you to do that for us. So if you're a friend of Kyle's or you're a friend of the show and you've never watched the show on YouTube before, hit subscribe. Get reminded every day, 11 o'clock, Monday through Friday, myself and Gooch, and of course, Dina is here in the building to bring to you the world of sports. And that's what we got going on as of last night. Kyle, I do want to thank you for riding with the Knicks, according to KyleKirms.com. You rode him +2.
Yep.
The Sturch over here, the money lined up, baby. I was like, you know what? If I'm going to feel this, I'm going to feel this. And I'm going to hit this shit hard. And I did, and we nailed it. Kyle Kirms hit multiple bets last night. I nailed the Suns last night.
I went 3-1.
You went 3-1, yeah, and I went with the team total, Memphis.
Yep,
nailed those guys too.
The one that lost was your boy Steph. He sucks, bro. I'm just kidding. He was off last night. He rested.
Draymond Green didn't play.
It's so funny. Did you? Obviously, you knew that, right? That he wasn't playing.
That's why the line was so low.
But I'm saying that's why. But he still wrote when you and I were talking about it right before I left. I said you're like, oh, Steph's out, and somebody.
I said something. I like Wiggins' team. Over whatever points.
Yeah, but
I don't know if
you announced that.
Ended up doing.
You told me they were out. I was like, so fade the Warriors tonight. And then he said -1, ride the Warriors. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. Maybe they pull it out.
They have a stacked team, even without.
I did say that. I said their bench is good. Their second unit's good. It's interesting to see how they're going to play. I don't even know what the final score is. But
they lost by like 10, I think. Or you know what? I turned it off in the fourth quarter. They were down 10. They lost comfortably.
A comfortable loss on a Thursday night. But anyway, back to the Knicks, bro. Is there anywhere better than the Mecca, Madison Square Garden? That place was booming again last night because of, first of all, Fournier played out of his mind.
Yeah.
Out of his mind. I do want to say and point out that the Knicks, for the love of God, hit a free throw. If they would have hit some free throws down the stretch, the game would have been in hand and we wouldn't have to worry about RJ Barrett's heroics. But according to last night, sources have said that at 10 o'clock p.m., banks were open because he hit that shot, called game.
That was
period.
Awesome.
Stop.
What is off the glass?
Yes.
Yeah, from about 24.
He kissed it.
All right.
He
I'll give him
kissed it
a
off.
buzzer beater. You're allowed to. You're allowed to.
1.5 seconds left. Took the inbound pass. Turned around with Tatum's hand.
And they were down 25.
Yeah.
They were down 25. And it's the first time there was a record I put in the chat where I was like, they were like 1 and like 229 when being down by 25 points or more. And they came roaring back. Randall.
At the end of the
0
third
points
quarter,
in the first quarter.
At the end of the third quarter, though, Julius Randle was cooking. Remember,
I felt really left out. I felt left out following along in the chat because I didn't bet last night, so I was just sitting there.
You can still watch the Knicks. It was still entertaining television.
No?
Are they really?
I guess you don't want to watch the Knicks. They played, again, the team is 19-20, so it's not like we can get too excited. I know Nick Shine came in the chat and said, oh, congratulations, you're 1 game under 500. And these are all the Brooklyn Nets, cast off fans that are just like, oh, I've been a Brooklyn Nets guy since what? Yeah, okay.
Sure you have.
I'm totally convinced that all you Nets fans are legitimate, and you've been riding with them since Brendan Byrne Arena, which I don't buy for a second, but except for Ray Ray. Have a seat, Ray Ray.
Show me your Kendall Gill jersey, and I'll call you.
Show me the Kerry Kittles. Show me the
Kenny
Van
Anderson.
Horn.
You got the
Kenny
Derek
Anderson,
Coleman
number
days.
7. Yeah. Who was that one? Oh man, they had so many players back then. Derek Coleman. Show me the Coleman.
I just said Derek Coleman.
You did?
You said Kenny Anderson.
I said Kenny
Oh,
Anderson.
I didn't hear you say
Derek
Coleman. So my apologies. But again, thank you guys for joining us here on the Chop Sports Daily. So again, if you're just joining us, Kyle's here. Lean Fridays, because we call him Lean Fridays. He's not going to give you directly all of his picks because, look, it's Friday. So the lines change. Everything changed. Week 18, for the first time in NFL history, is here this week. We're going to get into it.
It's not the first time in NFL history.
What do you mean?
There was a double bye week in 93.
For what?
They just did 2 bye weeks per team. So they actually had a week 18 that year.
93?
I think it was 93.
So like Cowboys Super Bowl year, there was a double bye week?
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all. I mean, I was 8.
You were 8, but yeah, they definitely had it. This is not the first
that.
week 18 ever. This is not the first week 18 ever, is what I'm saying. Just small correction, but either way,
How
that's
about the first
semantics.
scheduled week 18 ever?
There you go.
It was scheduled.
Oh, it was part of
it was scheduled. They scheduled 2 byes per team.
I don't remember that at all. That's so weird. Like,
How about the first week 18 on Chop Sports?
All right.
First week
This is the first full 16-game slate on a feel-good football Friday that we're ever
There's a whole bunch of stuff to get into today. So thank you guys. Again, the playoffs are also starting next week. So hopefully Kyle will come back in for the playoff picks. I mean, or at least the leans. So it's not the final week of all this shenanigans, but we are going to get involved with week 18 today. But first and foremost, there was something else I wanted to bring up before. Oh, did you? I mean, I'm not sure if you're a Mets fan, so like you don't like Michael K as is, right, or not?
Not really. I don't dislike him.
Who could possibly like Michael K?
Yankee fans could like Michael K.
I don't like him really. I don't hate him.
I'm a Yankee
fan?
fan. I can't listen to Michael.
Well, in any event, the K, what is it called? The K-Rod cast or whatever. They're going to be doing a Manning cast, according to the New York Post, coming in the baseball season. So, like, I'm excited about it. It's more. Sunday Night Baseball.
I never went from being really excited because I'm like, oh, A-Rod. I love A-Rod. I'm going to get to see A-Rod interact with players that clearly used to hate his guts. And now I have to suffer through Michael K's voice, as well as suffering through Michael K's voice every single every Yankee game, not just home.
Oh, sometimes they give it to Rucco.
How great. We text each other back and forth. It's like when Rucco calls the game, it's just a breath of fresh air. I can't wait until he gets that job.
So again, if you guys are watching it, please subscribe to the channel right now. We got a small little goal we want to hit by the weekend. So if you guys can, make that happen, we appreciate you. Like the video as well. That helps. It goes a long way. There was something else. Oh, well, I mean, we'd be remiss. I got a call yesterday. I just walked in the door. I got a call from Joe Angelo. All right. So he calls me up. He's like, how did you not get this interview? And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, because I literally just got home and I was re-listening to our podcast on the way home. So no like afternoon drive radio. Apparently, there was a female who got on the air with WFAN with Craig Carton and Evan Roberts. And it was a girl that was with Antonio Brown.
Come get this bonus.
All this went down.
Come get this bonus. Did you listen to?
I saw him. We listened to her on Carton. Me and Dino.
Did you listen to the actual audio clips of Antonio Brown?
Oh no!
What is that?
When he was like,
you didn't listen to him.
Like
he's actually sending her audio text.
Oh, they're good.
And she screenshotted it, or she screen recorded it, and you could actually hear him saying, like, I want to get you in the butterfly position. I want you in the 3-point stance. He's like, come get this bonus. He's like, yo, he was hammered.
This is what she said was him paying for sex.
He was hammered.
Like, oh no, I wouldn't do that.
He's like, come get this money.
Come
get this money. Are you going to come through, or should I go to sleep?
I'm not going to.
Unbelievable, bro. It is classic. It's solid gold material. I'm surprised I didn't actually rip it so we could play it on the show.
I'm so mad that you did it.
She
but
totally sounds like a genius.
Yeah, well, I mean, she was licking toilet bowl, so I mean, obviously she's there. She's all there upstairs.
And apparently she was offered $10,000 by Antonio Brown's people to not do the interview this morning.
It's a weak offer.
I was going to say
that's a fairly weak offer.
It's a little light.
Well,
I mean, he did just miss out on $1 million in bonus money, so he's kind of tight right now.
Oof.
She said she would take no less than $100,000 to not do the interview.
She's trying to get a full-time salary for this.
That's a little much.
Get out of here, man. You're out of your mind.
I don't think that's what he meant when he said, come get this bonus. But, she had different plans. $100,000 is a lot of money, though. Hush money is a lot.
Oh, man. Anyway, so we had to address that because we've been following this Antonio Brown saga throughout, and it's just a plot thickens.
Health over wealth, baby.
Health over wealth. You missed the point of it too, is that she tested positive for COVID yesterday.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh, now she's blaming AB for COVID, and which that means AB was playing with COVID.
She said she didn't know where she got it. She was not blaming him.
Oh, okay.
And that's when they asked, who did you sleep with
backhanded,
last week?
like, hey, I might have gotten it from AB or the security guard who snuck me through luggage. Like,
she said that she went out for New Year's the night before. So
well, then there you go. She probably went to a cesspool in Jersey City and licked more toilet
Hopefully,
bowls.
Tom Brady has to miss the first round of the playoffs now.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
He won't.
I know.
No, he has.
The NFL won't let that happen. First of all, they just won't.
He's immune.
He'll be the
anyway.
first one. He'll be the first exception to the rule of an asymptomatic COVID positive that gets the play.
No, he'll be like, I was immunized, and everyone will be like, well, it's Tom Brady. It's a TB12 system. Like, I know Aaron Rodgers got ripped for this, but Tom Brady, obviously, it works. He's 71, and he's in the MVP voting. So,
well, in any event, it's hilarious. She has a lot worse than COVID. Sounds like at least of her worries. That's probably true. Good call, Ken. Definitely a good call there. But again, shout out to everybody in the chat right now. I have not looked down at all to see the chat, but a lot of people are chiming in. I see Ashley. I see our boy Stimmy OG is back in the house.
Stimmy.
Robert Bohannon back in the house.
shoot her a stimmy check, and she'll tell all.
Can you imagine?
What he's the GOAT.
He really is.
Stimmy
That's
OG
such a
is the
great.
GOAT.
That's such a great
Shoot her a
line.
stimmy check.
That's so good, dude. Oh my goodness. Anyway, well, let's get into it, man.
You got Robert Bohannon saying he didn't even pay his chef. You think he's gonna pay her?
Yeah, no, right. He's in debts out the ass, and now you're gonna pay a girl to shut her mouth.
I'm
No
imagining
way.
that's over the COVID card, the fake vaccine.
I wonder
card.
if
His chef,
WFAN.
his personal chef was the one that came and outed him about the COVID vaccination thing.
Oh, Ken Paulman coming in. Brady isn't dumb enough to say immunized. He went to Michigan, an academic school, so that's a knock on.
Maybe that's why
Northern
they
Cali.
can't win a bowl game.
Now we're just all over the place here, but that's fine. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. There is Saturday and Sunday football coming your way, and of course, Monday night we're treated with the national championship game. We were going to have our boy Matt on yesterday, but of course, technical difficulties, so we couldn't get that interview out. I blame Dina for not being here to produce it, so that's where I lean with that one. So what?
I was down the hall
I was like,
and I hear Dave yell my name, and he's like, "This is all your fault."
so the blame game has been started. So anyway, let's start with the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. Denver coming in 7-9, a massive home dog on this one. Again, for seeding purposes, I don't know if the Chiefs can move. I'm not sure. I
They
haven't
can.
looked into that part
If
of
they
it.
lose, and put it this way, if the Chiefs win and the Titans lose,
They could be the one
They
seed
could be the
again.
one seed.
All
If
right, so they can
If they
move, obviously.
lose, I think they get leapfrogged by Cincinnati as well. So,
Yeah.
although
So anyway,
Burrow isn't playing.
who?
Joe Burrow.
Well, I mean, this isn't the Bengals game.
I know, but to the point that I don't think Cincinnati's actually going for that.
Okay. So anyway, the Kansas City Chiefs coming on the road, a 10.5-point favorite over the Broncos. Now, keep in mind, now bring this up, Dina, the standings, because I need to know and I need to see it in print. It's up top. It's in the thingy. I definitely loaded it. There we go. All right. So this is the standings going into the final week of the season. Gooch is up one game, ladies and gentlemen. He went 10-5-1 last week. I went 11-4-1. I was on my A game last week to pull within one game. Gooch is officially 500, technically, I guess, with those two pushes, 125, 125-2, and I'm 124, 126-2. So bring it on, Gooch. Best of luck to you, pal.
Thank you, buddy.
What?
I said, thank you, buddy.
Oh, okay.
Terrible luck to you.
Okay. Well, then I'm glad.
Terrible luck to you.
It's fine. He doesn't believe in karma. I do.
For crying
I
out
do.
loud, it's
For-
week 18.
Yeah.
For crying out loud, it's week 18. I'm throwing this.
I
one
don't
to
need
you.
your luck ski.
Yeah. First of all, let's poll the audience on that one, folks. If you put ski on the end of any word, does that make it a dadism? Like I said, what did I say? Oh, your laptop was dead ski. That's what I said, right?
Exactly.
That's not a dadism.
It's
That's just a
it's
way to speak.
It's not a dadism if you do it once in a while, but if you do it for everything, then it becomes a complete dadism.
According to the movie Ted, that means it's a slang term for beer. Like, give me a Teddy Brewski. How about a Toyowski? You ever see Ted?
That's true. You're
I'll
right.
equate it to this, Dave, and this might make you feel a little differently about
It makes you Aaron Boone, according to Scoop.
Exactly. I was just going to say Booney, but you just put
Booney.
the S-K-I or any baseball manager
Boomski.
for that matter. Gardy.
That's
Judge-
adding Y's, not
Judgy.
SKYs. That's a different ball game, bro. Anyway, get on with it. You're going first with this one. Kansas City on the road in Denver. They can move up if they win, and obviously things happen. Do they do it? Do they cover the number? What do you got?
I don't think Kansas City's going to cover. I think they win by 10. They struggle against the run a little bit. If there is a problem with Kansas City, that's their weakness, and Denver's committed to the run. I don't think they're going to be doing much other than that. They want to get in, get out. There's nothing to really play for other than to maybe spoil something. But because Kansas City really can't move around much, and I the Titans have a fairly easy game. I don't think that they're going to really have much to play for either. So 10 points is good for me. 10.5 isn't. I'm going to take the Broncos definitely in this one.
Yeah, for that reason, I think the Broncos are going to be trying to finish the year strong. They'll keep this close. They do have the home field advantage. I don't care what anybody says. Denver is another beast when it comes to going to Denver. Kansas City will win this game. And again, I see like 8, 9, 10 points max. This 10.5 is the one that scares me. I'm going to ride with you on this one on the Broncos. Kyle, you feeling any sort of way about this one?
I'm leaning Chiefs, actually.
Oh, okay.
But a slight lean. The ones I like, Denver's offense has been absolute shit. And out of the last, I think 4 to the last 5, they've scored 13 points or less. They've also scored 1 touchdown or less in 4 of the last 5. The only one where they scored more than that was home against Detroit. This offense is a mess. We got Drew Lock in there. He sucks. I know some people like him.
It turns out to be not good.
Is there a chance now? Obviously this game is at 4:00, so the Titans are playing at 1. If the Titans win, then I think things change in this game. Whereas if they don't have anything to play for,
do things like that happen
around
in the world of
if
betting?
The Titans are up big at halftime and the Chiefs are sitting there, it's like, all right, we don't really have to play this game.
The Chiefs play on Saturday.
No, it's the Saturday.
So they're
game.
doing these things for a reason.
I know, and that's why Dallas is on
the Chiefs
Saturday.
are going to be playing. That's why I'm leaning Chiefs minus 10.5. And the Broncos offense has been so bad. And some of these values right here, you can get Broncos under 1.5 touchdowns in the game at plus money right now. You also get the Denver team total.
Oh God,
that's under 16.5.
We had a conversation earlier where we weren't going to switch our picks today because it's the final week.
You guys both beat me last week too.
Yeah, I know. On the show, I was thinking to myself, I was like, I wasn't
over here
mention
taking out the
anything.
sauce.
I wasn't going to mention anything, but no, I was more happy about the Alabama thing than the NFL.
Now I don't feel so
you're
confident.
the NFL king.
Now I don't feel so confident with this pick, but I'm sticking to it. I mean,
yeah, I'm
stick with it.
Sorry, I'm gonna stick with it. But
Denver unders.
We'll see how this game plays out Saturday when I make my bets.
Right, exactly. So when the VIP ticket comes out on KyleKirms.com, it'll be a different story probably. I lean the Chiefs in the under, according to Stimmy OG. All right, well, those are that. And now we get to the biggest game of the week, obviously, for obvious reasons.
Dave, we got the Cowboys going into Philly with a little bit of a rivalry game here. What do you say? I think Philly's going to come out and bust Dallas's ass.
Yeah, with
early
who playing?
And
With
often.
who?
No, I'm just messing with you. I've actually let you get close by fading Dallas on purpose for show purposes, content purposes. I'm not doing that here, Dave. I'm going to take the Cowboys. I think that they're going to need the game, obviously. I'm not sure about where it's laying out. Dallas is Saturday?
Yes, Saturday night.
So they need the game as well. They're going to be coming out playing. Philly, I think they can move up to 6 if the 49ers lose. Correct?
Yep.
But that doesn't matter.
Well, for one, obviously we talked about it yesterday. Michael Parsons not playing in this game. Tyron Smith not playing in this game. Anthony Brown also not playing in this game. And all of a sudden now there's undisclosed illnesses out of Trayvon Diggs and Javon Curse. So, and it's apparently not COVID. So yay for that. But now the Dallas Cowboys are coming in here a little hobbled on the health front, but all sources are pointing to Dak Prescott, Zeke, Cooper, Lamb, all playing in this game for at least a half. I've gone on record on my roundtable on Blogging the Boys saying I want this game. I want to beat Philly. This will be the first time in Dallas Cowboy history, believe it or not, that they can go 6-0 in the division. They've never done it. They've never done it, according to what I've been,
switching my pick.
Looking. Yeah, exactly. So they've never done it. They'll never do it. No, the Cowboys are going to win this game. Not a lot of people playing. Yeah, Philly, according to Brandon Taylor coming in here, Philly has 12 people on protocol. Doubt Hurts plays. I don't think Hurts plays in this game either. I think it's the Gardner Minshew show, which actually I kind of don't like at all either. The Eagles winning streak stops here, according to Father's First Movement. Cowboys bouncing back from the loss last week. This is a statement game. I don't know how much of a statement game you can make on a game that there's like a lot of backups playing. Like I thought, for one, if the Cowboys played this straight up, that yes, if they beat the brakes off Philly, regardless of who Philly trotted out there, it would feel better going into the playoffs next week. I know. You said it.
It's the sound of the Cowboys backing into the postseason.
Yeah, he thinks the Cowboys are backing into the postseason because of 2 straight losses if they were to lose to Philly.
How's that a Green Bay run defense look recently?
Oh, boy, here we go.
They gave up 30 yards last week total. So Philly, I'm sure like 10 of them were
Now,
rush
here's
yards.
the funny thing, and I'll say this straight up, Danny. Dan, my brother coming in. Philly loses and most likely sees Tampa first round. I am out here to tell you guys right now that if Philadelphia plays Tampa in the first round, I am rooting so hard for those Eagles. Like, so hard for the Eagles to win, because then all of a sudden that Dallas second round game at the 4th spot is looking like it could potentially be a home game. Otherwise, the other game has to go our way too.
Yeah, because if the Eagles win, they
But then the Eagles
automatically
are just going to get
Green
the
Bay.
brakes beat off them by Green Bay in Green Bay, which will be great.
So actually,
I don't want to go to Green Bay
hoping
in the
for
second
Philly.
round.
I don't really care who wins that game. Honestly, I kind of want Tampa personally because
You
of
laying
last
this
year.
number? They're 4.5. I mean, it's sort of, kind of, maybe leaning.
Just looking at the Eagles depth chart, Hurts probably isn't going to play. Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, Jordan Howard. That's their first top 3 running backs. They're missing Goddard and their backup tight end. They're missing 2 offensive linemen with 2 more listed as
Why is the
questionable.
spread not higher then?
Yeah,
Because the
it's
same thing's happening in Dallas. You don't know who's playing in Dallas either.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much
This has got to be the book's
crapshoot.
hardest week to handicap, I guess.
The only notes I wrote down for this game is I guess Dallas.
I like it. I like
need
it a
to
lot.
wait until
I guess Dallas
know
it is.
exactly who's playing.
Yeah,
Well, I'll pick Dallas.
yeah, we're gonna both ride with Dallas on this one. Moving to the Sunday slate and a game that has a very low margin of victory for the Green Bay Packers going on the road against the 2-12-1 Detroit Lions. The Packers are 12-4 against the spread. However, Kyle has been chiming in left and right about how bad the Packers have been lately. Defense stinks a little bit, maybe, not sure. They've made some plays. I also think they got away with some plays to get that win over Cleveland. But in this game, I'll pick it first. I don't know how much Aaron Rodgers is going to play. To be honest with you, everything's locked up. So why do it? Especially if he's got this Fugazi toe injury that they keep talking about, that Eli Manning called him out last week on the Manning cast and said, when are you going to stop with this fake toe injury? Like, we all know it's bullshit at this point. But anyway,
Because how else could he be putting up the numbers he's doing with a broken toe?
Exactly. So Manning knows. Eli knows. But anyway, I'm looking at this game. I mean, I know where obviously Gooch is going, so it's a matter of me thinking, are the Detroit Lions going to come out there fighting and biting kneecaps under Dan Campbell? I don't foresee this happening. Give me the Packers -4. I don't know.
I do foresee the Lions coming out and playing hard because
Yeah?
all the talk out of Green Bay this week is that they're coming to play the football game to win. I know that that's coach speak. They're going to get their guys ready to play a full 4-quarter football game, but they're not going to play 4 quarters. They better not play. I don't have any problem with Aaron Rodgers going out there, making a couple plays, working the first half. I do think that if the Packers starters play, they beat the shit out of Detroit.
Boy,
and then Detroit has a chance of coming back late in the game. But those starters are playing. Devontae's going out there, and we probably are going to get Jair back and David Bakhtiari back this week, finally. I know I've been saying it for a really long time.
Bakhtiari is his first game back?
Yeah, it's his
of the
first game
season.
back of the season.
Better late than never, right?
And better
shit.
late than never. It's a playoff, baby. Getting an all-pro left tackle and an all-pro corner for the playoffs is pretty crucial for a
My
team
brother
that's
came in
probably
before.
gonna be 14-3.
Rodgers is going to play drop dimes all day and clarify that NVNVP. So he's gonna go there. I'm riding here. I mean, the Packers defense has been struggling, but
I'm on Green Bay here and piggybacking off of what Chris said. Let's play the Packers first half at -1.5 if we think Rodgers might not play the whole game.
not a bad play.
There's a few. We'll get to them. There's a few first half bets just by the situationally where they are in the standings that should have some good value. So Packers first half -1.5, and I'll probably lay. I have it at 3.5. It says 3.5, 4, whatever. I'll probably be on Green Bay either way.
All right, there it is. So far, me and the Vot's in the house. So far, me and Gooch have not picked any separate games yet. So we're 3 in with 13 to go. When is that first differential game going to happen?
And it's probably going to be right here.
I mean,
we got the Indianapolis Colts who need a win going into Jacksonville, who need nothing except a new
Pride.
everything.
They need pride.
They need they need new nothing except everything. They need a head coach. They need a running back. They don't need a quarterback, maybe. I guess they're going to find out in about 4 years, unfortunately for them. But I do think that 15.5 points is too much. They're undefeated at home against the Colts since 2015. For all those people like the Toast that take those things into consideration, I do think it matters in this case. It's a division game, and the Colts really have no business losing this game. I'm not saying that they're going to lose, but laying 15.5 in a game that's a division game and the Jacksonville can play spoiler, I just have a hard time laying that many points. I do think Jacksonville possibly wins the game, but I do like the Jaguars on a quick little money line play for the sake of the weirdness that will set off. Then we get to see what's going to happen with the Raiders and the Chargers if they actually are going to kneel down and play to a tie.
Hilarious. But Anon saying it's been a while since the Colts have won in Florida. So are you taking the Jags here, dude?
I am, yeah.
You are taking the
definitely
Jags plus the 15 and a half.
Here's your
Okay.
shot, Dave.
I mean, yeah, it's a shot. It's great to have the shot and the opportunity to go against you. Give me the Colts. Screw it. Let them blow them out. I'm going to have to chase you eventually. Not like chase you. I firmly believe that Jonathan Taylor could be an absolute game wrecker in this game against the Jaguars' piss poor defense. So maybe the lead goes really, really high, and then it gets a little, ticky-tacky towards the end, and the Jags get within 16,
There's two ways this happens. Either it's a really good game, or you see the backdoor cover while the Colts just rest their players because they have a big lead and
Kyle,
the
how you
playoffs
feeling
are
about
looming.
this?
I'm with you. I'm laying the points. And then another one where I'll probably bet the Colts first half. I believe that line's at 7.5 or 8, which is a lot for the first half. But the Jags' run defense was good in the beginning of the year. It has completely fallen off. It's in the last 3 weeks, it's 31st in the NFL, allowing 5.4 yards per carry.
Oish.
You want to know what 32nd is? It's Green Bay. But
Where's Pittsburgh fall in that? Third.
When did you look at those?
Okay.
When did you look at those numbers?
This morning.
This morning, the
Yeah,
Packers didn't
come on,
give up
Sauce
much
does his
rushing
his
yards last
homework.
week.
Not coming in here
It's
unprepared.
the last 3 weeks. So yeah, I don't see any way that Jacksonville can stop the Colts, who need a win. It's like need a win as much as anyone else in the NFL this week. So they're going to come out and I would imagine go up 21-0 pretty quickly.
Ken Pullman came and said he doesn't even know if Taylor's going to play. Dude, they got to win. They have to win this game to get into the playoffs. So yes, he's going to play. Like there's no way. I can't imagine them resting people for this game. Like they got to win. They're not in yet, right?
Yeah,
They didn't
no,
clinch.
there's no question about it. That
Yeah,
Jonathan
no,
Taylor's
there's
playing.
none of that. Anyway, so we're different on that in that regard. So what's next, Dina? Okay,
I also
banger.
like Colts team total over 27.5 or 29.5.
That's a lot of points.
I think they're going to score 21 in the first quarter.
So maybe it's not a lot of points. Anyway, guys, if you're watching this video and you're enjoying the content, please be sure to subscribe, hit like right now. Take that second, take a beat to hit like on it and subscribe. That we're trying to reach a goal by the weekend. I don't need to throw out specific numbers, but we started the climb last week and we're doing really well. So I appreciate you guys tuning in today. Taylor is a go, according to Danny.
I'm feeling better about my Jags pick the more and more I see everyone on the Colts. Just saying.
Okay.
Fade the public.
Because you fade the public. I understand what you're trying to do here. Ken Paulman, as a Steeler fan, absolutely needs the Colts to lose this game. So I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't foresee that being a thing. So in any event, to another banger of a game. Here's the thing. The Titans are coming in on the road in Houston, minus 10.5. They're 10.5 point favorites on the road against Houston. But the way I see this is the Titans, obviously, all they have to do is win, right? And they're the 1 seed. So that locks in, and then they get a bye for King Henry to return in the divisional round of the playoffs. So I feel like they know that the foot is going to be on the throat relatively early. So I'm going to start off, and I'm going to say I'm going to lay the points here. I'm going to go with the Titans. They know they got to get that 1 seed. They don't want to mess around. I think they go out there and they fire off on all cylinders. Titans get this done. Gooch, what say you, bro?
Titans run the ball way too much for me to be given 10.5 points in this game. I think the Texans are going to come out and play their best football of the season this week because they know they have a
David
chance
Culley?
they have a chance to not ruin the Titans season, but knock them off their pedestal a little bit. I don't think the Titans are the best team in the AFC, and I think when they go into the playoffs, they're not going to be the 1 seed. I don't want to sit here. I do like the Texans money line in this game. I'm taking the Texans.
Texans money line with a 10.5 point favorite.
I just have a weird feeling. I'm not betting the money line like big, but I'll probably put in a parlay with all these weird underdogs this week.
How do you feel about this one, Kyle? I mean, this one.
I'm with Chris for sure. I think the Texans in the second half of the season have become not a good team, but a much better team than everyone thinks. They've won 2 of their last 3 with 2 nice wins. They beat the Chargers, and then I guess the Jags is not a nice win, but they won 2 of their last 3, and even the San Francisco only beat them by 2 scores in San Francisco. I think Davis Mills has figured something out. I wouldn't call him a good quarterback or even a starting quarterback, but I think he's got a little bit of a little chemistry brewing there. And I think Houston could win. Obviously, I'm not betting the money line. That's crazy, but I'll take the 10.5.
Yeah, I'm not going to put like a unit on the Texans money line, but I will take the Jaguars and the Texans, and I'll put $10 in a parlay and see if that money line could just make me a ton of money for no reason.
Listen, for gaining your bankroll, yeah, that makes sense. Why not? But I just feel like the Titans know they need this one, and I feel like they're going to get it. And they're going to get it early, and I think they're going to get a nice heavy dose of their running back tandem. Which, if you combine the two, it's kind of like Derrick Henry. You got Foreman over here with the hair, and then you got this other guy. It's just basically like a mix of both guys make.
So Derrick Henry, he's off IR, but he's not going to play.
Yeah, he's not playing.
Yeah, you know who?
No way.
I mean, we'll talk about that later on, but
What?
Somebody that is playing this week that's on IR all year. When we get to the Rams game, we'll talk about Cam.
Oh,
Akers.
yes,
Crazy.
Cam Akers. All right, but anyway, we're indifferent here, so I don't feel good about it, but I'm going to go with it. Screw it. What's next, Dina? As we have more people coming in. Thank you guys so much again for watching this show. We appreciate you.
Right on cue. Sorry.
Oh, right on cue with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going back home after everything these guys just dealt with Antonio Brown the entire week. They're 8.5-point favorites at home. This is where Tom Brady does a lot of his dirty work. Here come the Panthers, who don't know who their quarterback is, who don't know if Matt Rule is going to coach next year. Like, there's a lot of stuff. I think you said something in pre, right?
Yeah, the owner came out and said that there was like buyer's remorse on the Matt Rule contract. Kyle, I know you were a Matt Rule guy. Were you not?
I love Matt Rule.
Matt Rule,
Well,
I
Matt
think,
Rule's
might be
about to
out
be
of
unemployed.
job after this season.
I'm not thrilled with what's going on in Carolina, and I'm not saying like he's done a great job. I just love what he did with Baylor. He brought defense to the Big 12, a conference that had zero defense.
Fair point. Now, they don't have a quarterback. I don't think it was necessarily his fault why they don't have a quarterback. So it's hard to really crucify the coach when the front office didn't really do their job. They also gave an absolutely brutal contract out to Christian McCaffrey. And now we're starting to see buyer's remorse on that because there was reports this morning that the Carolina Panthers are willing to listen to offers. I hope they realize that they're not going to get more than like a fifth for McCaffrey at this point.
See,
Not right now.
No, see, I'm on totally different side there. I think you can get at least a second-round pick for Christian
Absolutely
McCaffrey.
not.
I mean, what does he play? 4 games?
I
He's
understand
played
that.
4 games in 2 years. You combine that with the brutal contract that you're going to have to inherit.
Listen, there are going to be teams that are desperate out there. Don't tell me there's not.
You know who's
there's
desperate?
always desperate.
You know who's
teams.
desperate? The Panthers to get rid of him. So there's no way that they're going to give up a second-round pick to get somebody from a team that's desperate to move off him.
Well, hold on, though. He's a player like that. There's more than just like, yo, that's a bad contract. That will not help your team win. More likely
Sell
than
tickets.
not. To sell tickets and jerseys.
Plenty of jerseys.
Bro, I
Plenty
don't
of
give
jerseys.
a fuck who you put in Jacksonville if nobody's going to those
What about
games.
the Dolphins?
What about the
think-
Jaguars?
Same.
Same.
Yeah, good Lord. All right. So in any event, I'm going to lay these points. I think the Bucs just beat the brakes off the Panthers. The Panthers have a complete checked out team.
And I will say this: you bring up the Dolphins, and the Dolphins are just doing things completely the opposite of that.
No,
trade.
they're pass heavy.
Yeah,
they're not.
No, but I'm not even forget about just look at the way the Dolphins have ran their franchise the last couple of years. They're not trading away draft picks.
No.
Unless it's for a legitimate corner tackle. That's what they're doing. But Dolphins, they've been doing the right thing, I think.
I like Flores. I like that organization. I like what they've done, and they got a nice young team. We'll get into them in a second, but I'm going to lay the points, 8.5. Give me Tom Brady at home after a bad week with the Jets to the point where he had to take it down a 2-minute drill to get that game done. He's angry. He's pissed off. He just got called out by Antonio Brown. Give me the Bucs big in this one, boy.
I don't know if it's going to be big. I'm going to lay the points, but I think that there's real issues with that Tampa Bay offense. I think once the playoffs start, you might be able to confidently bet the Bucs, but they've looked bad. I know the Tom Brady at home thing has been great, but that cost me big when they got shut out by the Saints 2 weeks ago. They were getting beat up by the Jets all game, and it took the Jets, I guess, messing up late and not kicking the field goal by giving Tom Brady the chance to march downfield and win. That's not a great win for Tampa Bay, even though it was a late comeback win. You're not hearing Tom Brady get touted as the man.
Yeah, I don't think he
played
put
like
out
shit
an
the whole
Instagram
game.
video over it.
Yeah, that's weird, right?
Right.
But also, it's been a tough week for those guys over there.
Yeah, tough week dealing with all
I'm going to lay the points
circus.
here, but I'm not overly confident. Definitely not overly confident.
Kyle, anything on this one?
I want to take Carolina so bad because
Same.
I truly think Tampa Bay is going through some shit right now, as we all know, and I don't think they're quite the same team that they were a month or two ago. But the couple inactives here, the Panthers' entire offense is healthy. Basically, Robbie Anderson's questionable. That's it. They have a full offensive line, but no Stephon Gilmore. Is this legitimate? How, man?
Yeah.
How can you bet him?
You just can't do it.
Brady's he's gonna have himself a day.
I like Sam Darnold as the starting quarterback there. I don't like him as a starting quarterback. I'm saying
But over
out
Cam.
of the three they got.
over Cam
Yeah.
Newton? Are you sure?
Well, Cam was starting over him, which was absurd.
Boy.
But yeah, so I'll have to lay the 8.5 here reluctantly.
And just to clarify, when we're talking about Tampa going through issues, like obviously the Antonio Brown thing is the first thing everybody thinks of, but it's more than that to me. It's that their pass receivers are all hurt. Forget Antonio Brown. Godwin's out. They're just down to a skeleton crew of receivers. Gronk, I guess, is healthy, But
Ish.
is Gronk ever healthy at week
Healthy-ish.
18? I don't think so. And their defense, Shaq Barrett is out. They were relying heavily on their
You
pass
changing your
rush.
pick? Because it seems like you're changing your pick.
No, I'm taking the Bucks.
Okay.
I'm just making a point as to why everybody's thinking like, oh, well, we're saying they're going through a lot. It's not just the Antonio Brown thing. I think they could get past that easy. I don't think the vets actually.
That's why
give
I
a
think
shit.
these guys can get picked off by a team like Philly in the first round. That like that. This.
I
those
just
are
think
the
that
reasons.
from a
That would be
football
awesome. That would be
standpoint,
awesome.
if you look at the Tampa Bay numbers the last couple weeks, they're really not a good football team lately.
I'm with it. I'm all for the Bucks collapsing at the right time. Last year they got hot at the right time. This year they're hitting the pause button right now on their season. But anyway, all right. So those are those picks.
I do
for
agree that the under has value. Whoever Keith Binding, I do agree. I like the under in this game.
I like that too. At 41.5. Sure, why not? What's next, Dina? Okay, so a game that the Saints absolutely have to have here in order for them to have any shot of making the playoffs somehow, some way. This is like the worst playoff team I've ever seen, led by Taysom Hill and company. They're actually 3.5-point favorites on the road against Atlanta. Atlanta has not been playing that bad of football.
No.
They gave a run with they gave Buffalo a run for a little bit, and then Buffalo kind of got away from them.
They covered.
They did cover, exactly. Truth be told, I kind of like the Falcons here, plus 3.5 at home against the Saints team that I understand they got to have it, and that's been my logic for other games. As far as like, oh, they got to have it, so they got to cover. I think like no matter what, this game's going to be close. And so you're giving me 3.5 at home. I'm taking Atlanta here.
This is another one where I like the money line on the dog. I think the Falcons are a better team than people think. And I don't think that they're even good. Me personally, I don't think anyone thinks they're good. But when you look at their record, obviously it's wrong. They're 7-9. But there was every time I thought that the Falcons were done, I would look at the game that they were playing and I'm like, wow, if they win this game, they're ahead of this team who's a playoff team right now in the standings. They've been hovering around 500. And you look at the Saints. What do the Saints got besides Kamara? Their defense is Jekyll and Hyde. I guess they could play well at times, but a division game with a chance to definitely end the season, I think the Falcons are going to show out. And it's also, I'll mention, this is probably, maybe not probably, but most likely, possibly, definitely Matt Ryan's last game in Atlanta.
I like that
At
idea.
home.
The other idea I like to make, if you want a bold prediction from me, and this is stemming off of a text I got from my brother right before we went live, Taysom Hill throws an interception to Cordarrelle Patterson. I think Patterson plays defense this week based off of his want and his need, and the season's over. So why not give him a shot?
I would say
and he's going to come down.
I would
with
say
one.
he would get a pick if Taysom Hill ever threw the ball.
This is true.
But they're
Down
not
the
going to
field,
throw
at
the
least.
ball. Yeah,
There's a lot of
field.
dinks and dunks here. Kyle, you feeling any sort of way on this one?
I'm fading the both of you hard as hell here.
Oh, we're taking the Saints.
I'm definitely on the Saints.
Okay.
The Saints are one of those teams that I don't think people realize that they're much better than they've looked. They haven't had both their starting offensive tackles in like maybe not this whole season, at least 2.5 months. Ramchek's looking like he's back this
Sounds like
week.
you're talking about the Packers. Only we're 14-3. But
Oh
go
my
ahead.
God, we'll get to your bitch ass team in 1 second. So Armstead and Ramczyk, both at left and right tackle for the first time in, I honestly don't know how long. It's been forever. Ramczyk's been out for at least 2 months. The defense is healthy. The full secondary is healthy. You got Cameron Jordan and Davenport on the other side. And one of my favorite bets of the week is Saints first half because they need the 49ers to lose. Those games start at the same time. So if the 49ers start running away with the game against the Rams, which is unlikely, maybe the Saints are like, shit, the season's over. But I love the Saints first half minus 1.5 or 2.5, whatever you can get it at. And I'm going to lay the 3.5 with the Saints.
So there you have it, guys. Saints first half, Falcons game. If you want to get frisky.
If the 49ers start running or have a 2-touchdown lead, maybe.
Yeah. But they're playing the Rams. The last 5 times they played them, they've had a 2-touchdown.
Stafford's
lead.
only throwing 4.5 picks a game right now?
Yeah.
4.5, 5 interceptions a game, I think.
Backup quarterback bowl coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, as the Cleveland Browns have already ruled out Baker Mayfield of this season finale and Joey Burrow, Mr. Joe. What do we call him again? Joey Jackpot?
Jackpot Joey.
Jackpot Joey, something to that effect. He'll be also getting the day off heading towards the playoffs, so it doesn't look like they care about moving up in their season. Or maybe they just can't. Maybe
No, he also tweaked his ankle on the last play.
Oh, wow. All
Against
right.
Kansas City.
I somehow don't remember that. But anyway, this
Ankle
game,
or knee,
so it's the
whichever.
backup quarterbacks here. I don't even know who the hell is the backup quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals.
It's Oh my God, I was just.
I almost said Kyle Allen, but that's definitely not.
Brandon Allen.
He better have.
Brandon
Does he
Allen.
have
See, I
red
knew it was
hair?
close.
If he doesn't have red hair, it don't count.
It's not Andy Dalton, and it's not Cooper Rush. It's not any of the Gingers. But anyway, the backup quarterback of the Browns might be a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield, and that's Case Keenum, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
So Case Keenum gets a start on the road. The Bengals offense as a whole, again, if Burrow's the only one not playing, like if they're not resting everybody and they're going into this one straight up, I like the Bengals. The Bengals are the most exciting team in the NFL right now, according to me. So give me the Bengals minus the 6. They cover. The Browns are in disarray. They got good defense to an extent. Myles Garrett.
I think Cleveland's dealing with a lot of COVID issues right now, right?
I mean, aren't they always?
Yeah,
Like,
but
like
I
they
think
always
that
are. Seriously, every week it's something else with Cleveland. Like this team just can't get out of their own
I
way.
personally think that they're a better team with no Baker Mayfield out there. I'm probably going to take Cleveland in this one.
And I know, that's right, Mixon's on COVID.
Unfortunately, I'm going to take
Shit.
Cleveland. I don't have any confidence in it, but the running game, I don't
Oh,
think
man.
Cincinnati's coming out here to play.
You know what?
Even though they should be coming out to play, I think they have good momentum right now. Joe Burrow being out really kind of stunts them actually coming out to try, because if he was healthy, they maybe would let him go. But because he's got the tweak, they're not. I'm going to go with Cleveland, though. I just have to.
You know what? Are we going to go against the rule of not being able to switch picks? Because I forgot all about Mixon.
I think once you move on to the next game, then it's fine.
Okay,
But
so
since we're still
give
on
me the Browns because I forgot Mixon's not playing
All right,
as
well, then
well.
I'm going to go back. Oh, we can't. Kyle made the rule just now that we
Kyle's
can't
making
go
the rules.
back.
It's
Moving on to
it's
the
his
fucking
Lean
game.
Fridays. It is
Bullshit.
Kyle Kirms presents Lean Fridays.
Dave Sturch with my first scribble.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the scribble. You know what? I would be more inclined, and both you and Kyle can agree. I would be more inclined, Dina, if the Browns had a guy like Avonte Mack, no matter what, on their defense. And I know they would bring the noise if Avonte Mack was on the defense and Jennings was their running back. You know, like that whole entire
That
cast
Cleveland
of
team.
I'm so happy.
Nobody
I know
went
who
to
that is
Aaron
now.
Rodgers' birthday party either, bro. And he's the fucking MVP of the league.
Perfect.
I had to
Bo
rewatch
Callahan.
that the other day. I told him that.
Yeah,
like
she comes in here.
explaining
She
it
goes,
to
"Oh,
me
I
the
just
whole
started
time.
rewatching Draft Day." I was like, "What? Are you watching it again?" No complaints out of me. I'm like, "All right, go watch Draft Day
She
again."
didn't watch the first half hour. She was in and out, but then she
No,
got
the
into it at the
first
end.
half hour you were explaining it to me too much, and I was like, just let me watch the movie.
I was mansplaining.
You're mansplaining. That's a thing,
I was
folks.
mansplaining the movie Draft Day. To
I
her.
never do that to Ashley, by the way, ever.
Because she'll put you in your place. That's why. Yeah, trust me. I know that feeling. You try to be the smartest guy in the room. With these dominant females, that ain't happening. Boy, that's not happening. You find out who your owner is real quick. So, all right, we're both on the Browns here. Kyle, any sort of way towards this?
Well, look, just to add on to what you said about Mixon, it's not just Mixon. Cincinnati's missing 2 offensive linemen, 2 defensive linemen,
Yikes. All
a
right.
linebacker, and Von Bell, who's probably their best defensive player. Cleveland also has, on Cleveland's depth chart, you're looking at a bunch of questionables and no outs. So at this point, I probably am leaning Cleveland, but this game sucks.
Yeah, you'll have to check the injury report on
Yeah,
Sunday
there's no
morning.
It's
to
like,
find
why
out
is it
who's
still
suiting up.
6?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what the hell's
You know, that's
Cleveland
what's,
that
that's
bad?
what's
Like,
weird to me. Why is it still
no
6
Mixon,
if
no Burrow,
everyone
and
on
it's still
Cincinnati
6?
is out?
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is
What do
rough.
you mean 6? Well, 6 is a lot of points for a team that's below 500 to lay to a 9-5 team or whatever. You know what I mean?
The Bengals are giving 6.
They're getting 6.
Oh shit! Did I do that graphic wrong?
It's Cleveland minus 6.
All right, so then I.
Oh, what
Whoa.
the
Wait,
fuck,
hold on.
sickle? Are you
Whoa,
sure?
whoa.
Maybe I looked at it wrong.
Anyway, Ken Pullman coming in. I'm more impressed that you guys don't have all the same picks at this point. So the lead is held. Well, we did talk about that, Ken. I was like, you can
Cleveland minus 6.
All right, so then I still am going to take Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm gonna still ride with Cleveland too, with the -6. But that's interesting. We had that wrong the entire time. But yeah, no, we already talked about this, Ken, in pre. There's an easy way.
There's always one every fucking episode that I got to do wrong.
Dude, well, listen, you're under it. You did it on the computer instead of your laptop. Your laptop wouldn't take a charge. There's a whole lot of shenanigans. Keeps you going, man. That's why you're the Kevin Costner of this company.
One graphic wrong, no matter what.
Exactly. Moving on. Here's a game. Here's a guy, Chris Collinsworth. Speaking of Collinsworth, he was a former Bengal. The Steelers got to have it, right? In order for their playoff dreams to come alive with Big Ben Roethlisberger, more or less potentially his final game as a professional quarterback, or I don't foresee him going anywhere else. So I would assume that it's a career for Big Ben. They're going on the road to the most, disagree with me here. Are the Ravens the most disappointing team of 2021? They have to be.
They're up there.
They were in the 1 seed a month and a half ago, and now they're not making the playoffs.
I'm trying to run through the teams right now.
Disappointing, meaning
Yeah,
expectations
the Ravens
to fall
are definitely
flat.
up there. But when
Cleveland, maybe.
Cleveland's up there too. When we're talking about the Ravens, though, they've dealt with a lot. So right before the season started, they lost their entire backfield and their corners.
You see that? Scoop coming in. I'll trade you 5 #1 draft picks for a correct graphic.
That's great.
Fucking
Now Ashley
hilarious.
coming in. Don't roast him. Leave him alone. Thank you, Ash.
Oh,
I
here
need
we
some
go.
help over
Here
here.
we go.
That makes it worse.
It does. When your girlfriend has to come bat for you in the chat, we're going to roast you even harder. That's just the way it is.
I'll be fine.
But in any event, on coming in, the Ravens have a chance for the playoffs, but it's very slim. They need to beat the Steelers, plus have the Chargers, Colts, Dolphins all lose. So then, no. Yes, but they will be. Into a gambling standpoint, the Ravens will be bringing the noise on Sunday at home, and I'm well
this
aware
is
of
the
that.
one game where I don't think
It ain't
playoff
Lamar, right?
implications
Lamar
matter.
out again?
Nothing matters if these two teams didn't have anything to play for. I think that they're both going all out in this game because it's the Steelers Ravens and they have something to live for in terms of or live up to in terms of that rivalry. The last 10 years, everyone wants to talk about that's the most physical rivalry in football, and I agree with it.
All right,
the
well-
Steelers and Ravens games have been great. I expect this to be a good game.
Are you taking the Ravens?
I didn't make my pick yet. I said I expect
I'm going
it
to
be a
take.
really
I'll
good
make
game.
a pick first because this is Big Ben's final ride. It's the same feeling I had with the last Monday Night Football game, or it was Monday night, right? Yeah, Monday Night Football game with him doing his thing. Ben Roethlisberger goes out the right way. They win this game handily. Not handily, but just more. I'll lay the 4.5. Give me the Steelers.
I'm a little more apprehensive than you. I think 4.5 is a decent number here. But I'm still going to do the same thing. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh as well. The reason being TJ Watt. Big Ben
He can
is
set
a
a
great
record this
story.
week.
I don't think that, and Big Ben has been really good in the fourth quarter this season. I know that his numbers overall don't look great, but if you look at his fourth quarter numbers, they're actually really good. And he doesn't turn the ball over. The Ravens are banged up since day one this year. It's a season that they need to just end at this point. They're still alive, but they're really dead. And I think TJ Watt wrecks the game, gets after whoever the quarterback is for Baltimore, which I don't think it's Lamar, right?
It's going to be the boy that almost beat you.
Yeah. So,
all right.
Tyler Huntley.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to take we're both on the Steelers here. Do you feel like they're going out? Big Ben's going out swinging, or?
I was definitely on the Steelers all week, and I probably still am. I don't like the line movement here. We were at 6, then 5.5, then 5, then 4.5, and now we're at 4. On the Action Network has the consensus for New Jersey books at 4 now, and I don't know why. I mean, there are some.
Could that just be a money movement, like just and that's why?
No, because the money's been pretty even in this all week. It doesn't make sense. I don't know why the line's dropping, and
they
I
want
don't
more
like
and more money to come in on Pittsburgh. So it's like if you want to be smart,
it seems like the books like Baltimore.
Yeah.
So I may end up betting the Ravens because that's the way the line movement's showing me. But I was on the Steelers all week. This is definitely one I'm going to have to look deeper into. I don't have a pick for this.
Check out KyleKirms.com. Subscribe to his VIP service, and you'll get that pick on Sunday morning. Also, I do want to congratulate New York for getting involved, finally, with sports online gambling.
Yeah, hell yeah.
The sports books are coming to New York on Saturday.
I wonder if Kyle's going to get an influx of new subs.
Oh,
now.
yeah, baby. There's got to be plenty of Chop Sports people from New York, either Staten Island or any of those other 5 boroughs that they got going up there in New York. But congratulations, you guys finally get to join the party, and you don't have to come over and pay the $15 VIG to go make a bet in New Jersey. And now my boy Kevin Matthews of WrestlePro doesn't have to tweet or text me on a Saturday at 7:30 when he's bouncing at Rick's Cabernet to make a UFC bet. So he doesn't, and no longer do I have to do that. He can do that himself going forward. But anyway, we're all on the Steelers here. A game that really doesn't mean much. There's not a lot. There's a couple games like this, obviously, where there's no seedings or any implications or anything like that. The Vikings are going back home. Kirk Cousins, I assume, is back, right? I mean, he had COVID last week, right?
I think Cousins is playing. Yeah.
Cousins is going to play. They're laying 5.5 home against the shut down Chicago Bears, meaning no, they've shut down COVID protocol, shut down Justin Fields. So he's out. This is Nagy's more than likely final ride. I'm going to throw this pick to you first, Gooch. Does that have any bearing on this game?
No, the players
play for
hate
Nagy?
Matt Nagy. They're not going to play hard
that's
for
a
him.
bad
But what I
assumption.
do think is that it possibly could also be Zimmer's final ride, and it could also be Kirk Cousins' final ride in
Yeah,
Minnesota. So
yeah.
I do think that the players like those guys. I know that Kirk Cousins is a fucking dork, but for whatever reason, the Minnesota Vikings have his back. And Mike Zimmer, he's been fairly decent as a head coach, but if you missed the playoffs 3 of the last 4 years with that offensive talent, and that honestly, even the defensive talent for most seasons, it's just not enough in Minnesota. So there's a chance that both of these coaches get fired regardless, but I do think that Minnesota is going to beat
Stephen Hairston coming in, saying that this is the game Minnesota's blows out.
Yeah, I agree. I think Minnesota is going to open it up a little bit and just kind of go out there and have fun. Chicago's been done for a while, although Big Dick Nick Foles is playing, so you never know.
Yeah, I foresee this one being a little bit of a blowout. Ski, that's right. Threw that on there. I always like to punch when I have the opportunity. But yeah, give me the Vikings. Give me Dalvin Cook. Give me this offense. I would assume that Jefferson's going to be in there.
Yes.
Thielen, I'm not sure about
No,
Thielen.
Thielen's done for the year, but
Done for the
KJ
year, okay.
Osborne, if that DFS play.
Okay. Oh, Osborne. Yeah. I mean, look, they have a decent offense. They just have a dork for a quarterback. I mean, that's just the way it is. But I think they still lay this. Give me the Vikings. How you feeling over here, Kyle? I mean, the Bears are
definitely Vikings.
Disarray. Yeah.
This line opened at 2.5 and moved to 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah.
Well, there were some announcements made on the Bears of guys being out, so I guess that helps. But also, I just think that they couldn't get this point spread up fast enough because
and it's still moving.
Yeah.
I think this will be maybe an even 7.
It'll close at 7. You think?
Definitely 6.5, maybe 7.
Wow. All right. Interesting. All right, so Minnesota gets that one done. Now, the Patriots, the Dolphins have been eliminated from playoff contention. They no dice for them this year, despite the fact that they had themselves a decent run. I say decent run. They won 7 games in a row. They're the first team in the NFL history to actually lose 7 games in a row and then win 7 games in a row. So they've had themselves a up and down year, to say the least. They get back home. The Patriots, Mac Jones, Bill Belichick, they're on the road in Miami. This game's always close, no matter what. When it comes to the Bill Belichick teams, even when Brady was there, the Dolphins gave him fits. But I've seen enough of Tua. I've seen enough of him not being a good quarterback. I don't care what anybody says about Tua. I don't care if he's a gamer or he's the kind of guy that won't quit or anything like that. I don't care. Tua is not a good thrower of the football, if that makes any sense to you guys. Not saying not a good quarterback. I'm sure he has a great mind for the game. He just doesn't look good to me. He doesn't look good to me at all. Mac Jones knows that there's a potential, and Bill Belichick and the Patriots knows there's a potential. If certain things go their way, the Patriots can grab the 1 seed. That's a thing. That's an absolute possibility, and it's only 6.5. I think they beat the Dolphins by more than a touchdown here. Gooch?
I have a hard time with this one. They matched up really well. I know it was week 1. The Dolphins handed the Patriots their first loss of the season. It was 17-16. I think that the Patriots have probably had this game circled all year after that one. At least I would have. Brian Flores and Bill Belichick, though, they know each other well. It's a division matchup. I expect the Dolphins, like they always do, to not lay down. For like the Brian Flores coach teams, they typically don't lay down. I know they got the brakes beat off of them last week, but I just think that I said this before the Titans game where I was like, the Dolphins, they won 7 in a row. They're riding high right now, but their goal was to get above 500 when they were down 1-6. Like I would imagine that was partially their goal.
Sure.
Obviously, there's bigger goals, but when you get to that hump, I think that they shot their load. They got the shit kicked out of them last week, but I do think they're going to show up in this game. I'm going to take Miami at home. I know that I might be kicking myself for this one, but for whatever reason, I just don't think the Patriots are really good throwing the football. Miami's secondary is a lot better at home than they are on the road. It's just
I do like their secondary. I'm a big fan of Xavier Howard. I think those guys.
I just think that the Patriots are going to go in and run the ball.
Tua's out, by the way.
Tua's out. I don't know that actually, I feel like that's better.
Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett could come in and out of all the backups in the
former
NFL,
Bill Belichick guy.
What's he going to do? I think that this game is going to be handoff heavy, and
you're going to see running game that they don't have.
I'm just not laying points in this one. I'm going to take the Dolphins at home.
All right.
Tua is out?
Tua's out, apparently. That's according to Keith Binding coming in. That's now we're using our sources of information from our viewers. So I'm assuming that you guys have some kind of merit. We don't want to come out here and just start blasting out facts. If these aren't factual things, make sure you have some sources because we don't want to come out as fact. But if Tua's out, ladies and gentlemen,
I'm not seeing anything that he's out, but I'm taking the Dolphins either way without a doubt here.
Okay.
Miami's beat New England 6 of their last 8 times in Miami. They always seem to beat them in Miami. Also, the defense is completely healthy. The whole secondary, the Dolphins are ready to go, and I think it's not so much that I think the Dolphins offense is going to rip apart the Patriots defense because they like to throw the ball a lot. New England has a great pass D. It's more, that Brian Flores blitz heavy defense is tough for a rookie quarterback. And we've seen it this year several times. That's why they went on that 7-game winning streak, is because they were playing inexperienced quarterbacks. And Brian Flores has the highest blitz rate in the NFL. He's going to send his guys and leave his star corners out there in man-to-man coverage. And Mac Jones is going to have to try to beat him. And I don't think he can. I would love getting 6 points here.
Okie dokie. I'm still going to ride with Mac Jones. I'm going to ride with Mac Jones. Do you think that Brian Flores is the best branch off the Belichick tree so far?
Honestly,
there's been multiple.
Head coach, not really. I mean, he hasn't. Maybe I still think that Josh McDaniels is the best coach that Bill Belichick has.
But
ever
he's
had
still
in
there.
Washington. Fair.
That's what I'm saying. Like guys that have left officially. I know McDaniels went out to Denver and sucked and then came back, but like overall, like the
Or
guys.
Vrabel.
Yeah. Okay.
Did Vrabel,
That's not a coaching tree per se. That was just a former player.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm just curious. I just thought
it's
it
a
was
good question. It's good. I would have to actually research all of them because I'm sure we're missing somebody.
All right. A game that absolutely means a lot to the Arizona Cardinals trying to keep afloat with the NFC West race is according to all the standings and everything. They need to have this game, and it's against a team that I thought last week would fight, and they did not. Kyler Murray obviously played very well against the Cowboys last week. Their defense played well. They're getting a lot of their guys back. James Conner might come back, I'm assuming. They get DJ Humphries back off of COVID. DeAndre Hopkins not back yet, but I'm sure he's coming back to the playoffs to play against Dallas because why the fuck not? Because that'll be fun. But in any event, the Cardinals have to have it. They're trying to win the West. The Seattle Seahawks have completely checked out. I don't know. I'm making a prediction right now, which we've already talked about. One of these guys, Pete Carroll or Russell Wilson, will not be there next year. They will not go into another season with both of these guys. One of these guys got to go. I don't know who's playing for their job and who's not.
It's definitely not going to be the player. If anyone's gone, it's Carroll.
Okay.
There's no way they're moving.
Like I said,
off of
I'm
Russ.
just assuming one of them will be gone. But give me the Cardinals here to win and win big because I think, again, they're going to be monitoring, close watching the Rams game in order for them to win the West. And I think they got to have this one. So give me the Cardinals.
I feel like they're sucking you in here, Dave. That 6.5, they're begging you to take the Cardinals. The Seattle Seahawks haven't given anybody any reason to believe in them. But because of all the reasons you said, and I've been saying it all year, I see Russ as his spoiler guy, where he's going to come in.
He hasn't done it, though.
I know, but this is his chance. I don't think
he
Russ
had chances to do it.
Last week, who'd they play? They
Doesn't
didn't have a
matter.
chance to spoil anybody
They beat
last
the
week.
hell out of the Lions last week.
And
Russ put up 52.
but there was no spoiling the Lions, is my point. This is the game that I've been pointing to all year, where it's like they get to play a division game against a team where it doesn't matter for them and it matters for the Cardinals, even though it really might not matter for the Cardinals if the Rams go out there and win. I just think that Russell Wilson knows it's the final game of the season, and Pete Carroll might be out of a job after this year. There is a relationship there. I see the Seahawks coming out to play. They do have talent on the offensive side. If everybody does play, I'm not sure if there's anything going on there, but the 6.5 is scary to me. I'm just going to go with the Seahawks because the Cardinals, I think, were shit in the bed for the last month of the season.
I mean, there were the frauds of the month. I mean, they did skip a couple times, but I feel like having to have this game, I feel like they will get this game. Before we go any further, I do want to clarify something. It was, I don't know where his comment went, but there it is. So Keith Binding, Miami isn't going to stay with Tua. He is playing again. I'm sorry if I didn't word it properly.
Yeah.
So he's saying Tua's out, meaning like Tua's not going to be the quarterback.
They don't believe
the
in him for real.
But he's playing in this week.
I was going to say, I think I would have heard that.
that would have been breaking news. And my brother came in right after that saying that line would have jumped
Yeah.
if Tua was out of this game. So good correction there. I appreciate your correction. Also, guys, again, if you're watching this video, please like the video. Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to reach a goal by. If we reach this goal, I'm going to give out a promo code this weekend for all merchandise. If we reach what I want to reach, I'm giving out a promo code this weekend where people can still buy some Chop Sports merch if we reach this goal. So appreciate you guys hitting subscribe. Anyway, moving on. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't move on yet. Kyle, where are you feeling on this?
I'm on Seattle. The Cardinals' pass defense has been suspect. Last week it actually looked all right because the Cowboys were trash, but if you remember 4 weeks ago when the Cardinals were 10-2, I said Arizona would not hit 12 wins. And everyone said I was crazy for that. So I'm sticking with that. They're at 11 now and they finish 11-6, lose this last game to Seattle. Even though I don't love it. I don't think it's the best spot.
How do you feel about a rematch with Dallas and Arizona first round? You like that?
That's cool. I honestly, if as a Cowboys fan, I'm cool with playing anyone except Green Bay.
Wow. I actually want. I salivate at the opportunity to go into Green Bay and win that game.
I mean, like, I'm confident. I think it'd be a great
Because
game.
that's the only chance that you have to play Green Bay is in the NFC Championship.
It's not true.
You're the 4th seed.
Yeah.
If everything
So
goes
if everything's chalk, we're in
I
division round. Memories of Des Bryant, memories of all sorts of crap with that game. In any event, he caught it, and that's my story. I'm sticking to it. So the 49ers on the road. The Rams, obviously, they win, and they're officially the NFC West champions. They'll lock up the 3rd seed at the very least. It could move as high as 2, given we'll see what the Bucs do. But they're 4.5-point favorites against the 49ers, who absolutely have to have this game. This is probably your game of the week. If I had to assume either this one or obviously the Sunday nighter with the Chargers and the Raiders, we'll get into that in a second. But this game in particular, big implications here. If the 49ers want to be a playoff team, they got to make a decision here. Are they going to go Jimmy G right now, or are they going to ride Trey Lance? Because Jimmy G obviously banged up.
Yeah, Jimmy G was practicing this week, so
I
I'm pretty
understand
sure
that,
it's Jimmy G show.
All right, so I'll throw it to you first. Do you think Jimmy G goes on the road, at least covers this number?
Jimmy G is 5-0 in his last 5 against the Rams. Yeah, I'm saying it's 100% the Jimmy G show. In this one, the Rams haven't had the ball against the 49ers in the last 5 games. It's been ball control, running the football. I think Elijah Mitchell's coming back.
He's already back. He was back last week.
All right, well,
big game
back.
last week.
He's ready to go again against the Rams. I'm pretty sure he carved them up early in the year.
He did.
On prime time. I'm going with the 49ers because I don't believe that the Rams have what it takes to right the ship against that team. You saw the kryptonite. They beat up on them bad. It wasn't an anomaly. They really just out-physicaled them both sides of the ball. For as good as the Rams front should be, they've done really, really poorly against the run.
I appreciate you, Keith Binding, saying that, or Binding or Binding. Oh my God, I can't believe I just subscribed to a Cowboys fan. Yes, listen, I'm a very well-rounded sports fan. Watch the Daily Show every day at 11 o'clock. It's Kyle's here obviously on Fridays to do the NFL stuff. But if you watch me and Gooch, I'm not Mr. like Cowboys over everything. Like, yes, I'm a diehard Cowboys fan.
Oh, that's also not true.
I work within Cowboys media. Are you kidding? I can't, dude. I have to be positive, but when they suck, I'll tell you they suck. Last week they sucked. I'm gonna tell you right now. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and say like they're not. You are the worst.
Hey, Keith, just don't talk shit about Dak.
That's not true though.
And also, my rule is don't mention Dak. Watch this. Ready? Don't mention Dak and Aaron Rodgers in the same breath, unless you're saying how much better Aaron Rodgers is. That's my rule. Okay, we're good.
Okay, I'm glad. We should put a description and a disclaimer within the rules of
things not to mention,
things not to say. Don't say Dak stinks. Don't say he's better than.
Don't
Rodgers.
bring up Dak's contract.
Don't pick up that. Shut up. You don't bring up Dak's contract.
I love
I'm
that.
tired of that shit.
I love that.
Good Lord. Anyway, the lesser of the two homers. I don't know who he's referring to, but
probably me. No, I don't think so.
You're out of your mind, bro. You don't think the Packers could do any wrong ever.
Ever. Well, the fact is they really don't.
But they do.
I mean,
they also tugged on that poor man's jersey and got away with one. And you Eddie Guerrero the hell out of that thing. And you're like, we lie, we cheat, we steal, we win. It doesn't
See
matter.
what you guys did.
I don't care.
See this?
What?
I don't care.
What?
Mom and Dad are fighting again.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not.
We'll let them settle it in the NFC Championship. So
yes, let's do that. Let's do that. Dak wants revenge against Aaron Rodgers, but it won't happen this year. Well, I appreciate that, Cool Kids TV. I kind of like your name there.
I wonder if Mike McCarthy wants revenge on Goody for getting fired around Christmas.
Yeah, he does, and it's going to happen too. Anyway, sorry, we're getting off on a tangent here. I am a fly, Regals fly. So I want
to answer one of the questions that Sam Grasso asked before about teasing the 6.5s. I don't tease, so I don't know. Like I still typically stay away. It's when you manipulate the point spread, 6 points or the other. I don't advise to do that because it's a teaser. It's called a teaser because guess what? It's supposed to tease you. I'm just not a fan of having to win multiple bets to win one.
Also, the farther you get away from that minus 110 value, the more the vig is tilted towards the books. That's I'll come in on a different day and go over the details.
Please,
of that,
I would love a crash course, to be honest with you.
There's it's too long to explain, but the more points you buy or sell, the more value. It's shaped like this, and that peak is the minus 110 line. And then the farther you get away from that, the more points you buy, the more it's like, okay, now I'm buying 3 points, so it's like plus 110 now.
It's not at,
but
it's not at
plus
cost.
130.
It's
like,
not at cost.
always
You have
win,
to buy. You have
so-
to pay more the more points.
Exactly. You
finesse.
overpay or underpay, or if you're selling points, but you the farther you get away from that minus 110, the more value.
And in the biz, we call that WAP.
And if you're teasing this down, the reality is I'm not really a fan of any of these, and I really do like a lot of these plus 6.5 teams money line. So if you tease it down 6 points, and they end up winning, you lose anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them, but I mean, some people really like them. There's also a certain kind of teaser. Yeah, this is for a different.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that another day. So if you want to see something like that, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. We appreciate you guys. So anyway, where are we at? So I'm gonna go. Did you make a pick? I don't even. I did.
Yeah, 49ers.
Took the Niners. All right.
Dave has to take the Rams here. He knows it.
Not necessarily. If the Rams lose and the Cardinals lose and the Bucks lose and the Cowboys win, we're the 2 seed. So I'm taking the Niners.
I'm talking about me and you.
Like, no. We already picked a bunch of differential games. I'm not worried about that at all. I think I'm going to have another decent week, even though I don't like to fade the sauce as much as other people do in these parts. But I
just want to correct Scoop real quick. It's WAP, not WOP. It's not a racist term.
I don't.
What?
Scoop's coming. I don't know what Scoop was talking about there, but in any event, moving on. Give me the Niners. Give me the Niners here. I like them on the road. I like them to run the ball down their throats, just like everything that Gooch just said. They got to have it for them to win and get in. They have to win. Yeah, that makes sense, right? For them to win and get in, they got to win. So yeah,
they could still lose and get in if the Saints lose to the Falcons.
Correct. But again, they don't want to leave that to chance, I'm assuming, and they play a really good game. And then the West is a crapshoot. I don't know who wins with a tiebreaker. I'm assuming they played, right? Obviously.
Yeah, the 49ers beat up on
the Arizona Cardinals and the Rams. If
they split.
They split. So it goes to conference record, which I believe goes to Arizona.
No, well, put it this way. If the Rams didn't clinch yet, then obviously the Cardinals have the tiebreaker.
Touche. I like that. I like that. That's using your brain over there. I like that. Must be the Carhartt hat. But anyway, so yes, we're both on the Niners. You feeling any sort of way over here?
I like the Rams in blowout fashion.
Oh, okay. Because of why? Cam Akers returned?
No, not just Cam Akers. The whole team is fully healthy. They don't have a single even questionable on it. Also, there's a lot of injuries in the 49ers secondary right now, and there's no way Matt Stafford has 3 awful games in a row. Like he said, he's 5 interceptions in his last 2 games. Both on the road. Now they come back home here in a game like right before the playoffs. It's a perfect one for them to kind of flex their muscles. I like a couple deep balls to Odell Beckham, Van Jefferson. Cup probably scores a touchdown. I think they win big.
All right. So a complete opposite side of the spectrum is Kyle Kirms, the sauce going the other way. All right, 2 games left or 3 games left, and we left the great New York teams towards the bottom because they can't seem to get anything right. The Buffalo Bills, well, 3 New York teams. One of them is actually good, and that's the Buffalo Bills. I always keep forgetting the fact that Buffalo, I look at Buffalo like they're almost in Canada.
I'm pretty sure there's actually a $6 billion lawsuit against the New York football teams, the Giants and the Jets, right now about having to change their team name to New Jersey. But that's another story.
What?
Yeah, it's fake. I mean, it's real, but it's just a regular guy that did it.
Toast is here.
Hey, Toast. Good morning, my man. I appreciate you.
Moment of silence for Toast. He had a horrible night last night, and he's feeling it. I told him not to worry about it because
you always tell him not to worry about it.
Yeah, but
I feel like that happens too much. But he does hit. He does hit.
Oh yeah, he's good as hell at it, and he's feeling it. He's in his hurts right now.
I'm sorry, Toast, and this one's for you. But I'm going to take my bottle here and just pour one out for the Toast for your bets last night. But don't worry, Toast. I ran with you, so you're not the only one who lost a little money. I was with you too. So anyway, he goes, I'm very emotional. Yeah, I can see that.
So is Dave.
He's in his feelings right now. So the Buffalo Bills, this is a massive, massive number. They get back to Orchard Park, 16.5-point favorites to take on the New York Jets. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that I am, for the final time, going with Zach Wilson and the New York Jets to play a little better. Atlanta was they kind of gave the Bills a run, right? So give me the New York Jets to hang with these guys. And I'm not saying they're going to win the game at all, but I'm saying cover that number, 16.5. It's big, but I'm going with Zach Wilson, man. Let's go.
I'm also going with Zach Wilson. It's just too much of a point spread, 16.5. The Bills, they need the game. Do the Bills? Yeah, the Bills need the game, but I'm still not going to not laying 16.5 here. There's just no way.
You're taking the Jets too?
Yeah.
All right, we're the Zach Wilson show. Sauce, what do you think?
This has backdoor cover written all over it. Bills last game of the season before the playoffs, sit all their starters at the end of the third quarter up like 27. And then Zach Wilson with that offense that's showing a little bit of life recently.
They ran with the Bucks.
It's the perfect opportunity for them to score a touchdown with 7 minutes left and another touchdown with 1 minute 50 left. So we're a backdoor cover, and I'm going to love it. I'm going to love reading everyone pissed off on Twitter.
Yeah, because everyone's
I'm going to love rewatching this clip when they score with 1:50 left.
Yeah.
That's going to be
right.
dude, pull that up because I definitely said a minute.
Don't you
50.
love it when people act like your backdoor cover shouldn't
Exactly.
count?
That's part of it.
It shouldn't count. No, when you backdoor lose, that counts. And
Yeah.
people aren't like, oh, it was a good bet anyway. No, when you
Exactly.
win on a backdoor cover, that's still a
They
win.
act like it's some kind of luck. Like the reason I took the bet was because of the backdoor cover aspect of it. When you're laying a lot of points, it's something you have to consider. Yeah, I'm going to take the Jets here from the back door. I don't think this game's close. I just think the Jets come sneaking in the fourth quarter.
Jets cover. Stafford has 3 picks. So Toast is all over the place. Shout out to Keith, who was before. He said he subscribed before. He's from Niagara Falls, Canada. So, ladies and gentlemen, now I'm here to announce, no matter what, that Chop Sports is now consumed in multiple countries. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, multiple countries. Internationally known podcast and daily show and all that stuff. So thank you for watching and subscribing. So if you're watching this now, again, and you didn't, and you're probably like, Dave, how many times is he going to say this? More. I'm going to say it more. So subscribe and like the video. I appreciate you guys for doing so. So everybody's on the Jets. Backdoor covers for everyone. Now we go to the team, the Washington football team, this is technically their last game as the Washington football team because they're changing their name on February 2nd. They're stealing Groundhog Day from us. They're taking the focus away from what the hell is that thing's name again? Punxsutawney Phil. Punxsutawney Phil. All right, so the
win all day.
You're stealing
Go
Groundhog
Pack,
Day,
go, baby.
So Joe Judge has also, dude, look at this. Look at this line to give you an idea of how much of a clown show the New York Giants are right now. The Washington football team, who are 6-10, are road touchdown favorites over the New York Football Giants. That shows you everything you need to know about this organization who are down the shitter. And that's not the Cowboy fan of me getting excited about this, maybe a little bit.
No,
but
it's
not
facts.
It's just facts, man. They have not won more than 5 games in like 4 years. It's been way too long. Time to clean house.
Well,
what?
Pump your brakes, bro.
What?
Joe Judge has gotten about a dozen emails a week. All right. And 6 of those emails have been people saying exactly what you're saying right now. But the other 6 of those emails are guys that are supporting me. And if you really look further into it, if Joe Judge goes out, watch the game Sunday. If the Giants go out there and they don't play well, then go ahead and boo Joe Judge all you want. But this Giants team, nobody's packing it in. Nobody's got their golf bags ready. They're not planning vacations. They're there to learn and play football and get chewed out by a guy that doesn't know what he's doing. But that said, I'm taking the Giants in this one because it's so bad in New York right now. No. When I say New York, I mean New Jersey. It's so bad out there right now that I'm fading the public again. And I'm going to just go with the Giants because Washington football team have burned me all season long. Antonio Gibson ruined my fantasy.
Since you said they were going to win 12 games.
Antonio Gibson ruined my fantasy season. Ryan Fitzpatrick's hip in week 1 cost me everything. And I'm going to let it all ride on Joe Judge because honestly, he believes in himself so much that how could I not? So Giants, dare I say money line?
So if they win this game, my question to you is,
no, Joe Judge is gone.
No. Even bigger and better and deeper news than
Daniel Jones.
Is Daniel Jones going to be the guy next year if they win this game? Regardless,
I say that
he's not playing.
I say that Daniel Jones is the guy next year, no matter what. In New York, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that that's the right decision. I'm just saying
as
that
a Cowboy fan,
it's hard. It's hard to move on from the player. Show me a quarterback right now that's not a draft pick, because if they do that, then you might see a little bit of a quarterback competition in camp. But there's no veteran out there. Are they going to bring in Cousins so they could get like a little bit older version of Daniel Jones? I don't.
You know, it's funny. Cool Kids TV comes in saying the Giants players are playing for a job. I would want out of New York. I would actually like just lay down.
But the
get
point
out of here.
But to that point, it's like you got to play well for another team to want you too.
True, fair.
That
I
applies
guess
to Washington's players.
Of
also,
course, I know that goes both ways.
Brandon Centero coming in. My Giants haven't been the same since the boat picture. Yes, that I've been saying.
I'm not laying 7 points with Washington.
You know they took another boat picture. I don't care Anybody know that? They took another one.
Is Washington football team good on offense? Are they good enough to be laying 7 points to anybody?
If Gibson gets rolling, maybe.
Gibson's playing, I believe.
Yeah, but
And
Gibson
Taylor
is-
Heineke is the guy. Heineken, whatever the hell his name is.
Heineke.
Give me the Washington football team because the Giants are a complete shit show. And it's just it's upsetting because I have a lot of Giant fans friends and I do root for my friends' happiness. I do. But you're all not happy right now. There's no happiness to be had in New York, New Jersey, wherever.
The Giants were offsides on a field goal attempt away from beating Washington earlier in the year.
With Jake Fromm.
Jake from State Farm is also quarterbacking this game. So, yes, this game is going to be all Washington Admirals, all Washington Redskins, all Washington football team. Whatever they want to call themselves this week, they're winning this game.
If they did things the way they did in Europe with soccer, this game, one of these two teams next year will be out of the league. That's
Toast.
You know how
There's
they
a
do that in
bonus for
soccer? Does
Heineke.
Anybody? Would
There's
they
a
do
bonus
the
for
Champions
Heineke.
League? Is there what?
For a win. There's a bonus.
So then they should sit him.
Why would you're right. Washington would be that team. They'd be like, oh, that's cool bonus.
Snyder
bro.
would do some bullshit
Yeah,
like
cool
that.
bonus,
No,
bro.
not-
Hey, Brandon Allen or Cal, whatever the fuck his name is.
Kyle Allen.
Kyle Allen, get in there. We can't have this. Oh my God, what a just a joke of an organization. So anyway, we're on opposite sides here.
Could you imagine you see Taylor Heineke rip his shirt off at like the opening kickoff because they won't put him in? He rips his shirt off. He walks out of the
Skips
stadium
off and says he
right?
was hurt the whole time. So you feeling any sort of way that's a shit show?
I'm not betting the Giants, but I will say that there's something that concerns me. I need to see Montez Sweat back for Washington. I think his brother was killed or his friend.
Oh no.
Yeah, he missed last week. It was listed as personal, but someone close to him was killed. And so he's still listed as questionable. I heard that they think he's coming back. But him and Smith Williams, the two edge rushers, the two defensive ends for Washington, in my opinion, they're the two most important pieces on the defense without Chase Young there. And they're both questionable. So if they both play, I will 100% lay 7. I'll lay 9.5. I'm definitely on Washington. The Giants are the worst thing. You know, Jake Fromm's career QB passer rating, it's 6.2. 6.
Like singular digits.
Like 7 miles per hour.
7 miles an hour. And usually when I pull people over, they go onto the shoulder. Oh my God.
6.
Oh my.
That's his
God.
passer rating.
That is awful.
6 or
Jake-
QBR. Sorry, 6.
Oh, just brutal. Anyway, let's finish this one. We got one more game to pick. It is the
And then-
game of the
and
week.
then
I
stay
think.
tuned for the NBA pick as well.
Yes, of course.
The
Don't go
free
anywhere.
NBA pick.
Kyle is going to bring you a banger of a pick in just a couple minutes. But it is the game of the week because this is the only game, I think, that both teams are in a situation where it's win and in. So if the Raiders get this one done, they'll get in the playoffs. Same thing with the Chargers. The Raiders are home here. It's in Las Vegas. They're 3-point dogs at home. Now, last week, there's a lot of people, including my brother, said that the Raiders' feel-good story was over, right? And I watched this team again show up again. If I had to pick one player in the league besides anybody that plays for the Cowboys, it would be Derek Carr. I love this kid.
Yes.
I love this kid, and I think he wins this game in front of a national audience. All eyes on me. The Raiders get into the playoffs. Give me the Raiders all day long. Give me all of the Raiders all day long. Derek Carr gets in the playoffs. What say you, Gooch? Does Herbert completely, do the Chargers become the Chargers again? Because remember, these guys were infamous for hot starts and shitty finishes.
I'm going to go with the Raiders in this one as well.
Nice.
I'm doing this. I'm on the fence, but I've been kind of wrong about the Raiders the last 5 weeks. I've been
That's
fading
like
the
the
Raiders and
greatest
I've
thing
been
I've ever
taking
heard.
L's. My buddy Joe is a big Raiders fan, and I'm on the Raiders big this week because that's where my heart lies. I'm not actually going to bet this game. I also don't think that the Chargers have what it takes typically in their team's history to win a big game, and this is a very big game. I'm going with the Raiders. I want to see them in the playoffs, and like I said, this is a lot of a heart pick, so you could listen to Kyle on this one. Don't listen to me. Not that you were anyway.
I may or may not even get Guy Liner and wear it on Sunday night. That's how much I'm
Yes.
invested in the Derek Carr and the Raiders this week. I'm all over
It
this.
didn't happen.
What?
I said Pixar. It didn't happen.
You feeling the Raiders, bro?
No.
I'm
on
LA. There we go.
And the sunglasses are on.
By 2 touchdowns, maybe 3. And I think the Raiders score 28 and
Kyle's
still
not
get
eating
beat.
on Sunday.
And no dinner for you, Kyle. Sorry.
Yeah, I like this game like 45-28 Chargers.
Wow. So offensive shellacking coming from the
and
Chargers.
it sucks because I actually have cashed a lot of bets on the Raiders this year. Like the opposite. I've done well with the Raiders this year, and
I did early, and then for whatever reason, once they started losing, I was like, all right, that's it. The feel good story is over.
And then they came right
They
back.
came back.
As soon as they got rid of Gruden, they went on a nice little run. But no, I like Justin Herbert a lot. I think the team has a
You
lot of
can't say
firepower.
that.
Oh, my brother coming and changing the
Danny,
entire
no.
narrative. Chargers, just win, baby.
You can't say just win, baby.
But
Oh,
they
that's
just
like
have
been
it.
copyrighted. That's hilarious. But ladies and gentlemen, that is week 18, the final week of the NFL regular season. I really can't get over the fact that this season went as fast as it did. I felt like it was just yesterday that we were predicting records for the season, and we did over-unders with Kyle. We did all sorts of videos and previews and all this stuff. And here we are. We're about to enter playoff time next week, which is the best time of the year. It's kind of where me and Gooch started our entire podcast. I believe it was like the divisional round
first week of the playoffs.
We were wild card. That's right. When we did, remember game threads? We were doing that. So yeah, the regular season is over. It's sad. I'm going to cry about it. But the good thing is,
Hey,
as
you
far
got one more game.
I was going to say, the Cowboys at least got one more. The Packers get at least one more as well. So let's not write that off. But there is stuff that people are tuning in for. And of course, that is a freebie. That's right. For all the other picks, KyleKirms.com. The subscription service, worth it. I'm literally not, and this is not an infomercial. I made a deposit in my sports book of choice. And since joining the VIP, I've doubled my money as of last night. Doubled my money. So that's not a joke. That's not I'm blowing Kyle. Like, I'm not doing anything like that. I'm not blowing his head up or anything like that. Kyle has hit some picks. Do we lose? Yeah, we lose sometimes. That's fine. We have a group chat to complain about it. Well, at least Toast has a group chat to complain about it because he's the only one who comes in and is like, I hate my life. And he's just, but shout out to the Toast last night for his video that we put on our social media.
That was
where he
funny.
was pumped as shit for the Chop Sports Daily to get going. So if you like what you've seen all episode long, me and Gooch do this every single day at 11 o'clock. Kyle joins us whenever he wants. It's an open door policy for the sauce.
And we're going to be getting Toast on a regular
Toast we're going to get for baseball.
Once baseball season comes, so we can
I'm
have
excited about Toast and baseball. You know what I want Toast for? I want him for March Madness.
Yeah, he does.
I think he's a madman when it comes to college basketball. I bet on college basketball teams that I had no idea
Same.
were on
we
this
should, we
planet.
should fly Toast out for that weekend.
Oh my God.
For those couple days.
Let's all pitch
Fly
in
him
and
out.
get him out here for.
Well, he'll be here for Dina's birthday weekend, so that's like 2 weeks before March Madness. Not exactly.
So
the
not
right
even
time.
before Selection Sunday either, right? So
Yeah.
it's like kind of before.
Yeah,
He'll have to
so
come back.
he'll have to
Are we
come back.
officially getting better, shittier tickets so we can all go? Is that?
Yes.
Is that a
Yeah,
thing?
yeah, we're trying to sit with everyone. Maybe on the Sunday, well, maybe one of the games, me and Dino will go sit down.
Yeah, you don't need to sit courtside twice. You know, Spike Lee doesn't need to see you 2 times. You know, so but anyway, we'll talk about that off air. So anyway, the show's not over yet because here we are. We're here. We've made it. Sauce, you got something for me because I want to not only double my money, which I have already.
I botched that graphic too. I should have made 2, but you can leave it up.
What
It is
happened?
It is. They could leave if they want, but they won't. They're gonna hear what Kyle has to say about it. at
Yeah,
least.
I got
Put it up.
one NBA pick here. It's Oklahoma City Thunder.
I'm writing this
Plus
down.
5.5 if you want to be safe. I'm probably going to go a half unit on 5.5, half on the money line here. They got Minnesota in Oklahoma City. These two teams just played Wednesday night, right? Minnesota wins the game by 8, so we still covered. We had OKC plus 8.5. SGA, Gilgeous Alexander has a terrible game. Well, like 5 of 16 or something. Now we're back. They're back at home getting 5.5 points. You really think the best player on the team, one of the best players in the Western Conference, well, like top 10, top 15 player in the Western Conference, is going to have 2 terrible games in a row.
It's not Steph Curry.
Because
He's had 2 terrible games in a row.
I don't want to talk about Steph Curry.
We are
but,
not doing that here.
If they lose, but they lost by 8 on Wednesday night. If SGA even has close to the night that he usually has, they have a chance of winning that game. I think they win this one tonight at home. They've been playing great defense. And Minnesota, although they can score with Anthony Edwards out there, they don't play much defense themselves. I think SGA is going to be able to get to the basket regularly. Give me the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oklahoma City is the
OKC plus 5.5, money line plus 190.
Money on if you're feeling risky. If you're playing it safe, just take the 5.5.
Keith, man, thanks for joining us. Thanks for the fun, guys. Go Eagles. My brother also left. He said, "Go Cowboys." Rodgers for MVP. I got to talk to you, Danny. I don't know. I don't like how you're talking like this. Like, let's not fluff Mr. Rodgers over here too much. But and of course, so amazing, yo, dude, Mike. We got to get you in studio. I want you live streaming from the studio playing Madden. I want a party here. I want everybody drinking. I want everybody having a good time.
Come
What?
sit on my couch and play in my office. I need to test out my video game system in there.
There it is. Come sit in Dina's office. Why not? Do you have a video game system in there?
Yeah.
What do you got?
Xbox.
Xbox.
For now.
I think Mike is a he's all over the place. He's probably still playing I don't know. Is there more than two? It's just Xbox and PS5 at this point, right?
I think for the cool ones.
the cool kids. That's what they're
the
playing.
cool kids
Or
play.
just
So
the
Mike, yes,
PC.
we got to get you in here.
Dina, can you get Brendan Taylor's comment up there from about 12 comments up? I just want that to be known.
What? Wait, hold on.
Kyle
Brent.
was the only one who said Philly would have over 8 wins. Yeah, I think I went perfect 32 for 32 in that video.
I mean,
Fuck outta here,
calm
bro.
down with that one. But Kyle was the only. I do remember that video. I have to go back and listen, watch it. I'm
Let's
probably
go.
the only one-
There it is.
yeah, Dina, he's there.
Nice.
Mike's coming in, but yeah, that's definitely. I got to rewatch that because I'm curious to know. I'm probably the only one who had the over for the Cowboys. I'll probably tell you that right now.
I had over Cowboys.
You had over
Oh,
Cowboys.
no,
I know you had under Cowboys.
I think me and Toast went over and he went under.
Because you
Okay.
guys are all Cowboy fans, and I was
a realist though. I knew they were going to win
I
more
went
than
Eagles
10 games.
over, Washington under,
Yeah,
Giants.
I did
under.
well on the AFC
What
East.
did
I
you
had the
guys say
Dolphins
about the
playing
Raiders?
well.
I don't remember.
I actually.
No, we didn't. We never uploaded the AFC.
We never
video
even
'cause I got
recorded
so
the
busy.
AFC.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right.
I never even recorded the AFC, but anyway. So we want to thank Kyle Kirms, the sauce, for coming on in here on a Friday, on a lean Friday. He gave you know what, though? Not for nothing. As much as we say give leans and stuff, I feel like he gave his picks.
There was one I forgot.
Well,
Okay, so during the Jets one, another team total. Jets team totals at 12.5 right now.
oh, give me the
Take
Jets,
Jets
baby.
over, and I like that one a lot. I forgot to say it when we were doing that game, but Jets team total over 12.5. Even if they only have 6, when the Bills pull their starters at the end of the game, all you need is one garbage time touchdown.
Even if
to
they
hit
had
that.
0 and they scored that 7-minute touchdown and that
Yes.
minute and a half
They
touchdown,
can get the
you're
team total
good.
in the second and the
12
fourth
and a
quarter.
half. Give me the over.
Oh, my
definitely.
goodness. All day. So, in any event, we want to thank Kyle for coming in here. Of course, thank you to Dina for producing this banger of a show. We want to tell you guys one more time to subscribe and like this video. We really appreciate you guys. If we hit this number that I have in my head, I don't want to say it out loud because I believe in jinxes. If we hit a number in my head, we will give out a discount code for the weekend. So be on the lookout for that. Follow us at Chop Sports Media on Twitter and Instagram for all the alerts, all the news, all the new podcasts. We have an entire podcast network, guys. So if you like what you see here, we got some talented content creators that drop a lot of podcasts. There's a Mets one, there's a Jets one, there's a soccer one, there's a hockey one coming up, there's a professional combat sports one coming up. There's a lot of crap that we got in here, and it's a lot of fun. So for Sturch and Gooch, this has been another Lean Friday here at the Chop Sports Studio, sponsored by, and of course, thank you so much to Flipping Made Easy. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the final week of football. It's playoff time, baby. We'll see you guys back here on Monday.
I think I'm doing another NBA video, put it on YouTube around 2-3 p.m. today.
I'd
by
say
the way.
subscribe to Kyle Kirms, his YouTube channel, but more than likely you already are. So do that anyway.
Also, Aaron Rodgers has 36 touchdowns and 0 picks against the NFC North this last 2 years.
Remember that time we were talking about homers? Yeah.
I know, I had
you
to throw
have
it in.
folks. There you have it.
Here's my Aaron Rodgers fun fact of the day.
Okay, so let's get to work. He said he needs another 8-legger. Jesus Christ.
Good.
All right.
Gerald Green.